If I have this parallelogram and I know opposite sides are congruent, that means they're equal, and I have these measurements, I'm going to just take those two, 2x minus 3 equals x plus 1. And we're going to move this x over here as a minus x, so I get x, and this one over here is a plus 3, and that equals 4. What happens when I plug in the 4? What's 2 times 4?
2 times 4 is 8.
Minus 3? 5. And what is 4 plus 1? So we found the value of x that makes those two sides equal. Everybody understand that?
Sure.
So opposite sides are congruent. What is the next rule? Somebody else.
The opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent.
Very good. That means opposite means kitty corner from each other, like this. Those two are equal, and these two are equal. Everybody get that? So if I have 20x and
It's not writing. Oh yeah, there's no 1.
if I have those measurements, what do I do to find x?
You put them on either sides of equal.
You make them equal to each other, right? So we would have 20x equals 30x minus 60. When I move this over here, I get negative 10x equals negative 60. So x equals 6. When I plug in the 6, this is 120, and this is 120. 180 minus 60 is 120. So since the two consecutive angles add up to 180, what we have to set up is 4x minus 60 plus 2x equals 180. We add 60 over here. We get 6x equals 240. We divide by 6. And we have x equals 40, I believe. Plug in that 40. What's 4 times 40?
1,600.
What's 4 times 40? What's 4 times 40?
I'll do it for y'all.
160.
160.
Minus 60 is 100. What is 2 times 40?
80.
Are they supplementary? Do they add up to 180?
Yeah.
If a parallelogram has one right angle,
They're all equal.
then they all are right angles. So you can conclude that these three are also right angles, okay? So if they give you that this is 3x, what do I make that 3x equal to?
90.
90, because they are all right angles. So 3x equals 90, x equals 30. Got it? If it says parallel, I don't know if you remember this, but you put these little arrows in like that. That means the opposite sides are parallel. Remember that? If it says the opposite sides are congruent, we can add 1 tick mark for these and 2 tick marks for these. Everybody understand that? If both pairs of opposite angles are congruent, we mean this guy is equal to this guy and this guy is equal to this guy. Everybody get that? And one pair of opposite sides is congruent and parallel. That's kind of a silly rule. So one pair has to be congruent and parallel, but they're both congruent and parallel. Got it? If that's the case, then it's a parallelogram. So in the bottom part of this, it says find x and y so that each quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So you got to use the rules. The diagonals bisect each other means that these two diagonals that hit the corners, this piece here is equal to this piece here, and this piece here is equal to that piece there.